Hi, I'm Ollie, and this is not my typical Queerwheels Corner, but this is what we got today. Today I want to talk about my process with coming to love and accept my headmates and where I'm at with that process. When I'm trying to come to terms with something, it takes me a while. I go through this whole denial period, and then my truth starts kind of seeping through past the denial a little bit, but it takes a while. As I'm starting to really accept the thing or understand it or understand myself and how I'm relating to it, I start talking about it more until it gets to the point where I'm literally just like, hey, this really big thing, it's a thing in my life that I deal with. I just get through it and I'm fine. And so I've gone through this process with being disabled. That probably took me 6 or 7 years to fully come to terms with it, understand my limitations and my ability. Those changed as I've gotten older. And then there was my gender, where my denial period after I realized that I wasn't cisgender was also a couple of years. I got to the point of where it was just I had to talk about it all the time because that's what was on my brain. That's what I was thinking about. And now I'm just yeah, I'm trans and I'm non-binary. You're just gonna have to deal with that. The most recent thing that I've had to deal with is that I have dissociative identity disorder and I have headmates. I share my life with 8 other people. I've been aware of it, really aware of it, and not just in the background where I could ignore it, since about 2016. So that makes it probably my shortest processing period to date. I had my denial period and I've been learning about it a lot, and now I'm getting to the point of I love my headmates so much just for who they are as individual people, beyond what they can do for me and what I can do for them. They're my family, they're my friends. I'm not really in the fear of my headmates anymore, that they exist. And I'm getting past the idea that their existence means that I'm broken. It's becoming natural for me to want to talk about my headmates, which with the people who know about them, that's cool, it's fine, it's safe. Even with people that don't know about my headmates, I'm catching myself almost being oh, well, one of my headmates said this, to people who don't know. It's happening all the time now. Last night, I just casually mentioned the word headmate in a tweet. Then I realized it and I panicked, but only a little bit. So I tweeted a few more tweets to push the tweet that said headmate down and not draw attention to it. It didn't really matter. It was 3 a.m. So I did that, and then I realized that I was panicking about it, and I went to write another tweet, and I said headmate in that tweet 4 times. It's yes, I just said headmate in a tweet, and now I'm panicking about it. But hey, she's my headmate, and I love her. And oh yeah, headmate. It just, I'm at that point of where it's just I need to talk about it. But I'm afraid to, because I'm not living in a situation where it's safe for me to talk about my headmate. My family doesn't understand how severely my PTSD affects my life, and they only know that I have PTSD about one thing. I have PTSD about multiple things, first of all. Second of all, their favorite phrases are just push through it. I'm not going to say any more of that negativity because I don't need that right now, and I don't want to trigger any of you by saying things that you've probably heard other problematic people say. They're very problematic and not safe to be neurodivergent around. But I love my headmates. We're learning how to work together, and I just want to tell the world, hey, I have amazing headmates, and we all take care of each other. This is where I'm at, but I'm also filming in my car because I'm terrified that they're going to hear me say the word headmate and be what? So it's not always safe. It's not always okay. It feels by not being able to talk about them is I'm saying I don't love them, or I'm not grateful that they're here. Honestly, my headmates have kept me alive to the point of where I'm actually living now, or trying to live now instead of just surviving. And that is huge. I'm to the point of where I want to celebrate them. That's all I needed to say about that. If you're going through a similar process, or if you have questions about my headmates specifically, please feel free to ask in the comments. If you like the content that I'm putting out, please feel free to subscribe and hit the like button. I'm sorry I haven't gotten a whole lot of content out lately. I've been struggling a little bit, but I am working on getting back to this. For those of you that have stuck with me, thank you. As always, all videos will always be captioned. Thank you. This is really weird looking through my steering wheel like this.